All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back to RollPlay Dark Heresy. Steve, I guess, once again, take it away.
Cool. So we were just cramped in this crawl space between the common dwelling space of House Ophelia and this new, much more lush-looking hallway that you're looking up to in a great. You're sort of at like the corner of the junction of the floor and the wall, and just walking by you, there was a servitor, sort of sunken face, sallow skin, bent over under the weight of this heavy metal cask. And as he walked past, all of the metal on you guys, and especially on Engelbert, sort of pulled in the direction of this cask.
Yeah, so I kind of stumbled over in the general direction, and then who's at the front?
It's Jax,
Jax at the
followed
front.
by Engel, and then Eli and Fricks is taking up the rear.
And Jax is the only one that saw that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll have to ask Jax exactly to describe what that was.
Seems to be a servitor carrying a casket, which I can only imagine has the Samsonite in it. I'm going to wait till it passes, then I'm going to get us through this grate here.
All right, well, it stomps off into the distance, and then...
Why on earth would a servitor be carrying Samsonite through an area clearly marked for the nobility? That should be already, I would think, in the cargo area.
As he's
No
saying that,
reason
I'm
for-
just ripping the grate out, just pushing it up or
Yeah.
whatever.
There's no reason for Samsonite to be in the house of a nobleman under any circumstances.
All right,
Do
so
we-
Jax, you just, like, bust the grate out?
Well, I mean, I'm evaluating. If it's not like a removable ground grate, then yeah, I'm busting it out.
All right, yeah, it doesn't look like it comes out easily. Boosh. All right, so you give it a mighty shove, and the screws along the side of it give way, and it busts out into the hallway.
I'm going to hoist myself up and draw my las pistol and kind of look around.
All right, you look around, and like the hallway has like this plush velvet carpet on the floor. And the halls, they're no longer your sort of stark dark metal walls. Instead, it's actually sort of this cream-colored wallpaper. It looks ridiculously lush to you. Now, as an arbitrator, you were from the nobility before, right?
No, not really.
No, you were from Catachan. Yes,
Right,
it
that's
was
the Pharaoh.
Eli.
JP's character's
I was a
noble.
nobility.
Eli was from the nobility. So as you pull yourself out of this hole, Eli, you very much recognize these surroundings. It's like this is obviously nobility's living quarters.
Sure.
And I guess the rest of you pull yourselves out as well.
Well, the only one, if I'm out of there, the only one left in the hole would be Fricks.
Yeah. Okay, so you look around on the carpet and you see scattered here and there, sort of ground into the carpet, fine pieces of dust of what looks to be Samsonite.
Do I notice any other signs of nobility within the room besides the carpet? Like, is there a desk or anything that we could perhaps look at?
It's a hallway rather
okay.
than a room. So it stretches off in either direction. And the servitor was coming down basically as you came out of the grate. You were facing into the hallway with your back to a wall. The servitor was moving from right to left down this hallway.
I guess Jax relays that info. Which way did he go, Jax? Which way did you see him take off?
I just nod in the direction it went.
Yeah.
You guys want to look around here, or you want to follow that first?
There's two. We follow the guy, find out where the casket went, or perhaps we maybe go backwards and find out where he was bringing it from.
My only
I would
concern is if we get found in here, what's our excuse for being here?
We are, well, you're with
we
an
ha- do we
arbitrator
have
who's
an-
pursuing justice. We
Do
believe
we have
there
an
to be...
inquisitorial seal?
Right.
No, unfortunately
Yes, no, we
not.
don't. Okay, right. So we can't flash that.
I have my ID. We saw people exchanging what we thought was Samsonite. We can check that out.
Generally speaking, though, having an arbitrator just wandering around in the noble halls without proper warrants probably not going to get you that far.
Do I look like I give a shit?
No.
And as there's a pause, I take out another.
I'll roll an
stick and
awareness
light it.
check to find out whether he gives a shit.
I'm just like, gentlemen.
Well,
let's
my
continue
my concern, Jax, is not whether or not you give a shit. It's whether or not this particular noble house happens to be defended by security forces, which may or may not include large, very expensive, and highly dangerous combat servitors. Last I checked, we were not exactly armed to the teeth.
Fair point.
Can I just take another puff from my Eho stick?
Be like, look, he's obviously not in the talking mood right now, Mr. Kappa. Let's move on. And I say we chase after this thing, because eventually that's going to... I assume wherever it's going is where we want to find out, not where it's been.
The man in the funny black pants is making a lot of sense.
Oh, it's not just pants. It's not just pants. It's a full black body glove.
Full black body glove.
The man dressed like a black
Contour
condom.
defining.
Makes a lot of sense right now.
Exactly. And I start walking that way.
So you take off down this hallway, and pretty soon you come to a four-way intersection. And you look around, and down to the right, there's sort of a faint breeze, and down to the left, there's a pair of oaken wooden doors with two glowing... They look like hunks of metal, sort of suspended in the air within these sort of glass lamps. And the hunks of metal are actually molten and glowing and giving off this warm glow to the space. And straight ahead of you, you can see that the hallway continues to a steel bulkhead.
Is there any? Can we tell where the casket has gone? By sound or?
Can someone give me a tracking check? Can we get that going on again?
Who's our best tracker? Do we have anyone with the tracking skill?
I
know
can train
Jeff is
it.
the only one that's...
I don't have it trained yet. But...
That's an intelligence check, right?
Right.
Who has the highest intelligence?
I've got 32. What's everyone
I've
else?
got 34.
It's actually an advanced
38.
skill. So if
Oh,
you
it
don't
is?
have it, if you don't have it either as a basic skill or trained, then you won't be able to be much use.
So Jax is the only one that can do it, right?
Yeah, I have it as a basic skill. I don't have it trained.
Oh, okay. So no one can track?
Pretty
But-
much no.
You can track. It's
Jax
like
has
negative
it.
10.
Jax
Yeah,
has it as a basic skill, so he can do it at half of his intelligence.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Roll 1d100. 92.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, you don't have any idea which way this thing went.
I look at TB, or Jesus, I look at Engelbert and ask, you see any dust down there?
That's a great question, DM. Do I see any dust down there?
Give me a search check. Half your perception.
Oh, great. Perception's 40. 82.
Jeez.
Well, you sweep your mechanical implements around, and actually nothing comes up. Maybe it's just
No.
too caught in this rug.
Nothing out of the ordinary. The fact of the matter is that there are tiny trace amounts of Samsonite all over this place, nothing indicating in which direction this happened to go.
Do all the hallways look the same? Do they all go to the same non-distinct area, Steve?
No,
Well-
there's the doors to the left, the bulkhead steel door to the forward. Actually, I don't know what the hell is to the right of us. I'd like to know.
The hallway just sort of extends a long distance and then turns, and you can actually feel a faint wind blowing down this hallway, a warm wind.
So that would indicate that it leads outwards.
Yes. Can we investigate the glowing metal on the doors? Is this a locking mechanism?
So they're actually lamps. So the doors are like
Oh.
large. They look like they're made of real wood, which on Samson 4 is incredibly rare. And next to the door on each side, there's a glass cover that is enclosing a glob of molten metal.
I see.
And the metal's actually sort of hovering there in the middle of these glass enclosures.
Do these doors look like they can be opened easily?
There doesn't look like there's any locks on them. They have ornately carved wooden doorknobs in the center of them.
Well, I see no reason not to at least investigate these rooms.
So Fricks is investigating the lamps to see if we can lockpick them.
Oh, God.
I can't understand why you'd make doors from such a fragile material such as wood. It seems completely wasteful to me.
Does it intrigue you? What is behind these doors?
It intrigues me more than the doors.
On the sides of the wall, it's just the same pattern or whatever that was in the when we first came in, Steve. They don't change
the
or
walls,
anything.
all of these hallways have the same sort of cream-colored patterned wallpaper.
Okay. Like, well, I think we have to just open a door and see where it leads, guys. Unless you have any other options.
Well, there's more than one door. I would suggest that we split up so we can cover more ground quickly.
I say, all right, who's going where? 2 doors? You want to split 2 and 2?
That would make logical and mathematical sense, praise the Omnisci.
All right, I'm going with Jack, so you guys have fun. I start walking off the other way.
I'm Mosey.
All right, so let's find out what happens at these wooden doors. Fricks and Engelbert, what are you doing?
I'm planning on opening the door.
All right, Fricks, you're okay with this?
I'm okay with this. Any assistance that Engelbart might need, I'm there to offer.
All right, you.
Somehow I doubt that.
Frick's
You
offers
turn
to block the doorway if need be.
Reluctantly.
You turn the handle of the door and you push it open. And yeah, so it opens into like a foyer, and like on one wall there's this large standing wardrobe that's also carved out of wood. It's slightly cracked open. It looks like there's a couple of very lush robes hanging in this wardrobe. Inside the room, it's very warmly lit by 3 of these glowing molten metal lamps. One on the wall right next to the door, one across the foyer on the opposite wall next to a second door, and on the very right-hand wall above an ornately carved mirror, which has a sort of a seating desk and a small plush stool in front of it. So that's what the room looks like, and it's probably about 15 feet wide by 20 feet long.
Okay. Well, I'd like to rifle through the desk and see if there's anything useful in there.
I'd like to rifle through the wardrobe.
All right, you rifle through the wardrobe, Fricks, and it's clearly a man's wardrobe. Like the cuts of the clothing, they're very fine. Obviously, someone either wealthy or noble. In the meanwhile, Engelbert, you're rifling through the desk itself, and you find a letter amongst a number of other sort of women's objects, general bobby pins and powders and other such nonsense.
Why would I find women's objects when the wardrobe's clearly full of men's clothes? That's a little strange.
He says out loud.
I don't have any internal monologue. Thank you very much.
Maybe he's saying it in machine code.
It's in binary, Cam, yes.
And so the letter goes into Diesel. It says what? What does the letter say?
That's a great question. I will read the letter to find out.
All right, well, you open it up and scan the contents very quickly. And the letter obviously has like a couple splotches of tears on it. It's been crumpled and refolded a couple of times. And it says, what is his name? It says, my dearest Chet, I'm sorry. I can't do it anymore. It's been so long that we've been together, but there is another, and I am leaving you for her. Your dearest and ever faithful...
Wait. She is leaving Chet for her?
He's not in the room, he doesn't know that.
Says, Jax, now that you've come running back.
Whoa.
Wait a second!
You conveniently
Did
ran
someone
back
say
into the room.
lesbians?
Jack just busted. Runs in the room, like does a Han Solo roll, like pulls out his gun. He's like,
Lesbian.
drop that letter.
I should point out that lesbianism is heresy against the Emperor.
The name signing the letter is Cariophily. the daughter of family Ophelia, who was hosting the sharpshooting competition from before.
Is there a date on the letter?
There is not a date on the letter.
What about red lipstick?
There is no red lipstick on the letter.
Any nudie
On
pictures?
the breakup letter.
Is the letter conveniently covered in chaos symbology?
Unfortunately, it is not conveniently covered in chaos
Damn
symbology.
it.
Oh, God.
Well, I discard the letter as completely and totally irrelevant and throw it on the floor.
Where it belongs.
Yeah, I'm just like, this is the yeah. I don't care. I mean, Chet's an idiot, right? He let love make him fail his mission overall. So I'm not that interested as either.
All right. So let's find out what happens with the steel door, with Jax and Eli. So you're right in front of the steel door. Dimly from down the hallway, you hear someone go, "What? Lesbians?"
I pay no mind and just kind of puff out my smoke and open the steel door with last
All right,
pistol drawn.
You push it open, las pistol drawn, and you see a large steel stairway descending down.
Only
And you
down
hear
like this?
from the very bottom of this steel stairway sort of an ongoing clanking sound. Clank, 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 clank.
I look at Eli and I do like the silent motion and then start skulking down the stairs.
If I look down, can I judge how far distance it is to the bottom?
It sort of descends into darkness, and the turning of the stairs is such that you actually can't see how far down they go.
All right. I'll go ahead and draw my last pistol as well and walk down ever silent.
Okay. The steel doors swing shut behind you and sort of close with a faint clang. You start, you have your las pistol drawn, you said?
Yes, we both do.
All right, you start following this sound down the stairway. As you go down, sort of a cool breeze starts blowing up past you. And it takes you quite a while. How long do you want to walk before deciding to either go on or
Jax
stop?
is in the lead, so I follow him until he stops.
Well, I'm assuming I still hear what sounds like clanking, and is this clanking moving, like it's the clanking of someone walking downstairs, or is it just machinery, or what?
It's sort of rolling up the stairs past you, this clanking sound. So you sort of do a test and tap your foot on the stairwell, and it makes a similar clank. And then, of course, the clanks that you're hearing sort of pause for a second, and then they pick up again, clank, clank.
Yeah,
clank.
so I keep going.
Is this
All
going
right.
on at the same time as we're investigating the other room and reading letters? Or
It is.
are we done with that? Okay.
This is simultaneous.
Yep.
So,
no problems.
It after about 2 minutes, you've descended down this staircase.
And we're walking at
uh,
a slow pace, right? Because we're trying not
Yeah,
to be
you're
heard.
you're,
Okay,
you're moving
takes a while.
as quietly as you can.
sure.
And finally, you hear the clanking stop down below you, and you hear one final sort of clang, and then the stairwell is silent.
I continue to stalk down the stairs.
All right.
Yep, I keep going.
You both walk down the stairs, and at the bottom of the staircase, which you reach in another 3 turns of the stairs, you reach a very large metal door. From the top of the staircase, you hear again a faint clanking sound picking up and rolling down the staircase towards you.
There's just the door here.
Yep. That's
Well,
all.
then we go in.
All
Or
right.
I open it.
You push open the door, and let's find out what's happening with Engelbart and Fricks.
I like that
So you
dramatic
guys-
turn.
Yeah, that was
You guys
good.
have
Meanwhile, inside the wardrobe, Fix is like, does this make me look better than usual?
doing important work for the Imperial Inquisition. Fricks is putting on men's clothing.
I am going to kill Jax one day.
Engelbart is weeping as he reads lost love letters.
I wish I had a heart to feel.
That's what he designed.
Engelbart, it's
Seems like
obvious
an
this
inefficient
room.
use of the Emperor's ink.
It's obvious this room is worthless. I think we should probably join up with our comrades, and unless there's another route, unless we go down this other hallway.
There's another hallway. There's another way out of this room.
No, out the room there was still
And down
another
the
hallway because they went through the steel door.
It makes little sense to split up at this point, considering we don't know the security potential of this particular area. So I would suggest that we follow after them.
I'm fine with
Attempt
that.
to catch up, if at all possible. We're not heavily armed. We don't want to be wandering around.
All right, so you're going to take off out of this noble foyer.
Yep. Complete waste
Okay.
of time.
So just about 20 feet in front of you, there's a four-way sort of split. Back to the right is where you came from. To your left is the steel doors, and to straight ahead of you is this sort of faint, warm breeze. You're going to the left towards the steel doors?
Yeah, towards steel doors.
Okay. You get there, you open them, you poke your head in, and you can hear a faint clanking coming from sort of down the stairs, rolling up towards you along the stairwell.
Okay. Well, we should probably try and catch up with the other two.
I agree.
So you're going to move quickly and not try to be stealthy at all?
We know they went this direction, right?
Well, we know they went in that direction. If there was something hostile down there, they probably already ran into it. So we should probably speed up and try and catch them as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right, so you go clanking off down the hallway, clank, 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 stamping down the stairs. The sound down from below you continues very steadily, clank, 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 clank. And all of a sudden, you hear gunfire, the crack of las pistols coming from down below.
My God, you're about to get shot in the face, Jeff.
I hope not.
This is all TB's fault. The first time roleplay crashes is the first time he's on.
It's not my fault that you pissed off the machine spirit.
I guess not. I guess not. Anytime we have problems, let's just make sure that we always refer to it like that.
Blame the
Next one.
machine spirit? Yeah, that shouldn't
Yeah.
be too difficult. You pissed off the machine spirit, you didn't perform the proper rituals. God damn it, man. Quit fucking with Techno Arcana.
JP, by the way, TotalBiscuit had a question for you.
Oh, yeah,
We're
yeah,
live, by
well,
the way.
you
We're
did
live. So is this...
Oh.
You want me to mute it? I can mute it.
The GM's not here, so you don't have to roleplay.
It's, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll talk to you about it afterwards.
There you
Just
go.
don't forget, because it's a great idea.
Sure.
A great idea.
I don't know. He might hate money. We'll see.
That'd be weird.
Look, man, I'm just like my character. I love it, all right? I want to
my
have
God.
that Scrooge McDuck moment one day. All right, you ready? Steve,
back.
we're back. So if you just want to say what you said when the stream cut off, which is we cut back to the other people and there's gunfire.